Good day everyone. Today, we're going to discuss one of the most controversial issues in the Philippine history, the first cry of Balintawak, or also known as Puwedlawin. Despite the fact up to this day, we are still celebrating and commemorating this event as a National Heroes Day. Many of us doesn't know the divine story of this event, which created conflicting ideas in the history. Because of such multiple accounts as to where it did, and Andres Bonifacio and his fellow Katipuneros ripped their cedulas and shouted, "Long live Philippine Independence." So today, we are going to do a further discussion about this controversy. What does cry mean? When we say cry, we might think it means simply shouting. But in history, the Spanish word El Grito or El Grito de Rebellion means a call for rebellion. So the cry of Balintawak or cry of Pugadlawin does not only mean a literal shout. It means the moment Filipinos publicly declared a revolution. In our case, the cry symbolized the breaking away from Spanish control. It marked the decision of Andres Bonifacio and the Katipuneros to start the armed struggle for freedom. The cry is remembered through two symbolic acts: the tearing of cedulas. The community tax certificates required by the Spanish. By tearing them, Filipinos rejected Spanish authority. The patriotic shouts, "Mabuhay ang kalayaan, mabuhay ang Pilipinas." These acts made it clear the revolution had begun. Background of the revolution. To understand why the cry happened, let's go back a bit. By the 1890s, Filipinos had already tried peaceful reforms through the propaganda movement, led by the men like Rizal, Marcelo del Pilar, and Graciano Lopez Hayena. But the Spanish government ignored them. In 1892, Jose Rizal was exiled to Dapitan. This showed that reform through words was not enough. That same year, on July 7, 1892, Andres Bonifacio, Ladislao Dawa, Teodoro Plata, and others secretly founded the Katipunero or Kataas-Taasan Kagalang-Galangan Katipunan ng mga Anak ng Bayan, in short, KKK. The Katipunan's main objectives were to gain independence from Spain, to unite Filipinos under one cause, and to prepare for armed revolution if necessary. The Katipunan spread quickly, especially among workers, peasants, and the urban poor. By 1896, it had tens of thousands of members. But in August 1896, a member named Teodoro Patino revealed that Katipunan's existence to the Spaniards. The secrecy was broken. At this point, Bonifacio realized they had no choice but to launch the revolution. The symbolic acts of the cry. During the cry, the Katipuneros gathered in a secret meeting. Two important actions happened. They tore their cedulas. During the Spanish era, the cedula was more than just a tax certificate. It was proof of identity and submission to Spain. By tearing it, Filipinos showed they were no longer subjects of the Spanish crown. They shouted for freedom. The cries of "Mabuhay ang kalayaan ng Pilipinas" marked their decision to rise as a nation. This was the turning point. It was no longer about secret meetings or planning. It was an open declaration that the revolution had begun. Spread of the revolution. The cry was like lighting a flame that spread quickly. Soon, uprisings erupted across Luzon. The revolution expanded to 8 provinces, which is Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Pampanga, Tarlac, Laguna, Batangas, and Nueva Ecija. These 8 provinces became the first to openly resist Spanish rule. That's why the 8 rays of the sun in our flag represents them. In Cavite, leaders like Emilio Aguinaldo and Mariano Alvarez led major victories. In Bulacan and Pampanga, other uprisings followed. Although many Filipinos faced brutal retaliation, the movement was unstoppable.